Hello, good evening. This is Nancy, and today is day 7 of our mini devotions, Grace for Today. God's grace, excuse me. Okay, now let's try. God's grace is sufficient. The days of the blameless are known to the Lord, and their inheritance will endure forever. Psalm 37:18. We often hear of people who apparently live virtuous lives and yet are plagued by disaster. Sometimes we want to question God's actions, and it's difficult to agree with Paul when he says, "We know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose." Romans 8:28. However, it is important to remember that God's perspective on life is eternal, and he truly desires all things to work for our own good. Paul also says that our present suffering here on earth does not outweigh the glory that will be revealed to us in heaven. So even though we might do everything we possibly can do to be the right person, to be nice, to work, some people are horrible and yet they have successful careers. Other people are the absolute best and yet, they struggle day to day. We always have to remember that our life here on earth is just the in-between. Our eternity is where God is worrying about, and that's where he wants us to be forever. So take courage and let your heart be peaceful, even in the bad times. God's grace is sufficient for me. I thank you, O all-knowing God, that your grace is always sufficient for me, despite my problems. Amen. And if you haven't heard it today, remember you are loved. God bless.